クールな日々、朝ももちろんクール。それがクールな俺にふさわしい朝だ。
ソウルくん。
Could somebody please tell me what is Blair's purpose in this story? Like during this point in the story, when Maka all of a sudden out of nowhere says, I want to go home and take a bath, and then we cut to Blair's big boobs inside of a bathtub. I mean, that's all Blair's purpose seems to be, just tit and A material, and that's it. There was only one time that I can see where she actually served some form of a purpose. And that was to be the final witch's soul that Maka and Soul Eater needed so that Soul Eater could become the big bad death scythe. But then it turned out that Blair was just a cat with very powerful magic. And because of this, Soul Eater lost all 99 of the Kinshin souls that he has already collected, thus making everything that they worked for a complete waste of time. But now that that's all been said and done, what purpose does she have to still remain in this story? What is your purpose? The next topic that I would like to bring up is the location in which the story of Soul Eater takes place, Death City. Now, with most anime series, they usually tend to go for a more Japanese motif. In their locations, in the things that the characters do or say, they usually try to keep more into the Japanese roots. Now, I give a manga credit where it's due, and for Soul Eater, it's a very unique case, in that the Death City, the location in which all this takes place, is happening in Nevada. Yes, the fictional Death City in Nevada in the United States.
Yeah, so come on down to Death City, Nevada, the liveliest place in the whole U.S. state.
Ah, yes, Nevada, a magical place where you can meet such amazing celebrities such as Al Capone, Rasputin, Jack the Ripper, and of course, Lupin the Thief. Now, I can imagine Al Capone possibly traveling to Nevada during his run in the 1940s. But here's the thing, Lupin was from Paris, Jack the Ripper was from England, and Rasputin was from Russia! There is no possible way in my mind that all of these famous people from the past could have possibly all traveled to the one place in the United States, Nevada, a fictional Death City. Now, I can understand having a suspension of disbelief. Okay, let's assume, yes, all of these famous celebrities of the past came to Death City, Nevada. Now the question is, why were they in Death City, Nevada? What we can already tell from our resident Gimp Man, Jack the Ripper, it is to apparently collect the souls of humans and to devour them. So, what exactly are we trying to say here? Are we saying that Jack the Ripper, Lupin the Thief, Al Capone, and Rasputin are all soul-sucking demons or something? That makes no sense! I mean, yes, I know that they were bad people back in their time, but they weren't soul-sucking demons! Is this place some sort of astral, afterlife or something? Is this, heaven on earth? Is this damnation of the damned? I've got to know what is this place that I have found! What is this? Okay, let's get away from this before I blow another gasket. Let's instead talk about the character designs of the supposed Kishin or demon gods. Now, I don't have a problem with Rasputin's or Al Capone's character designs. They're both done in that unique Soul Eater design that everyone seems to love, and yet they still keep the original concept of the original article. But then we come to Jack the Ripper. I would like to note that to this day, no one knows who Jack the Ripper was or if it was a man or a woman who committed all the horrible crimes that happened in London. But I can say with certainty that he was not a gimply dressed man with Freddy Krueger hands and a Frosty the Snowman skull mask on. And as for Lupin the Thief, Just why? Well, that was the baddies, but you're probably asking, MangaMan, what about the heroes of the story, the main characters? What did you think about them? They are possibly one of the biggest group of asshole-ish jerks I have ever seen in any manga or anime. Maka is nothing but a violent little schoolgirl. Soul Eater can't think about anything besides souls and goofing off. Death Scythe tries to get the attention of his daughter Maka, but only comes off as a smug jerk that thinks about nothing but being cool, going to cabaret clubs, getting drunk, womanizing after ladies, and giving students bad grades just because he doesn't like them. Blackstar has ADHD. Tsubaki seems to be the only sensible character in this series. Shinigami-sama is not Death, and I will refuse to accept it. Death the Kid is completely obsessed with everything being symmetrical, even though his hairstyle itself is asymmetrical, which, to that fact that he is always down about. His two gun girls are pretty much there for show. And Blair the Witch cozies up to the main character just because the plot says that she has to. But then again, hey, who's perfect? I know I'm not. And what's there not to say that these characters won't develop more over time? What's there not to say that they won't grow into characters that we will cherish for all the rest of our lives? If any type of media storytelling has ever taught us, it is that characters are prone to develop through the course of their stories. Now let's go into a topic that needs a little bit more of a magnification for. Let's talk about the scene where Maka mysteriously kicks Sid Sensei in the face with a foot that was parallel to the gravestone and that would be completely impossible for her to accomplish. Okay, folks, here's the setup for the big game. Maka-chan has narrowly avoided Sid Sensei's big living end attack. And now we're about to see the wind-up. Here it comes! There's the kick! Oh, and what a beautiful left-legged kick it is! That definitely is gonna leave a mark on Sid. Wait a minute, folks! Wait a second here! It appears that Maka-chan actually kicked with her right leg, even though it clearly showed the scene before kicking with her left leg. This has left this TV news announcer completely baffled. For those of you that have read the manga, you probably know where I'm gonna go with this. In this scene, Maka, Soul Eater, Tsubaki, and Blackstar have just captured Sid Sensei, and they are questioning him as to who his creator was. So, what is the best thing that Blackstar can come up with to get him to talk?
More fan service.
Check it out. And of course, like showing bacon to a fat kid, it works automatically. But since that wasn't nearly enough fan service to satisfy Sid Sensei's perverted little rotten brain, we decide to partake in some pedophilic fan service. Which results in absolutely nothing from Sid Sensei, and who could blame him? Oh, and wouldn't you know it, the anime actually cut this scene from it. Oh, but why would they do that? It's such an important plot point. I mean, how else are they gonna find where Dr. Stein's laboratory is? And that's another positive quality that the anime has that the manga does not, in that they don't have as many perverted scenes. Like, they cut out that whole interrogation scene with Sid Sensei. Why? Well, let me think. It shows a 12-year-old's panties! And we as an audience is not so lowbrow as to look into a little girl's underwear drawers. Huh! This is anime. What do you take it for?